Hey Aquarius, Amber here at Symbols for Living. This is your July 2018 love reading. Answering the question, how does your partner feel about you? So, sorry for not being here in June. I apologize, but I'm here now. As I was saying, my name is Amber. You can email me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com to order your own reading. Please do like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So at the base of the deck, we've got the the wheel, or the fortune, wheel of fortune card. So this is very much about fixed energy. This is your overall energy for the month. This is very much your card as well. It's all about fixed signs. We've got Aquarius represented here by I think it's a man with a necklace here, the book. So yeah, this is definitely one of one of your cards. And it actually flipped out as I was shuffling and actually caught my eye as I was shuffling, and I thought to myself as I was shuffling and I saw it, that's an Aquarius card. I don't never usually say it's associated to Sagittarius, but I thought to myself, that's an Aquarius card, and then it just happened to be at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, Spirit likes to let itself know. So yeah, I feel like you're on there's some changes happening in your life with the wheel card here. It's kind of how everything was going to be anyway. And that's what I think the wheel card is trying to let you know, that there's a natural rhythm to things. Things go up and they come down. Things are good sometimes and they're bad. It takes hard work and pain to even get to the top, as well. And to enjoy enjoyment is only short-lived until you have to really prepare for the next inevitable kind of issue that comes along, because that's just how life is. Like, nothing's ever consistently always the same. Things are set on a rhythm, and the Wheel of Fortune card really talks about kind of karma and how what goes around comes around. So a lot of the time, rhythm has got a lot to do more with the fact that it's that certain things you may have done in the past, or even last week, or even yesterday now, how that affects, has kind of a ripple effect in a sense, on your future or your current position. So maybe it is also letting you know that you do need to think about that. That you can't turn back time. Okay. So that's what the cards are saying, that you can't turn back time in some way. And we do have the Five of Cups here as well, which would talk about wanting to kind of go back to something, regretting things, but just knowing that whatever's kind of happened now is kind of like what was kind of inevitable, because of maybe certain things that have been said or done, or decisions that were made in the past. Or maybe that it could be saying as well that what else would you expect from that person if they're in the habit of maybe leaving and cheating or whatever. Then it's like the wheel is saying, well, this is the cycle. This is, you have to understand that people show you who they are, kind of thing. So it could be that as well, but we'll see how the reading kind of pans out and what's being said. So we've got the Eight of Cups here in the past, for how your partner felt about you in the near past, accompanied or clarified by the Ace, the Page of Wands, which is very similar to the Ace to me. So obviously in the past with the Eight of Cups, this person has decided to either move on, leave the relationship, has found the relationship to be unfulfilling. Although with so many cups there, this person was probably very deeply in love, very much felt emotionally connected to you, may have at one point seen a real future with you, really thought that they had found what they were looking for, or found the missing piece, only to find that in actual fact it's not making them happy. And with the Eight of Cups, it doesn't always suggest, sometimes with the Eight of Cups, the person may not be happy and not even really know why, not be able to put their finger on what it is that's missing. And so therefore, that's why we've got this man going off on some sort of journey or quest to try and figure out what it actually is that would give him that Nine of Cups feeling, or even a Ten of Cups feeling. So this person has had to leave because they were just maybe generally not happy. The Princess of Wands or the Page of Wands does talk about someone who's curious, someone who wants to explore new things, who you know, is quite excited about the possibilities of different things and is very curious and wants to learn something new, maybe wants to go to school, wants to start over. So this person has decided that they've got some learning to do. There's lots of things they want to explore still. And this has got a lot to do with their passion. So maybe there was some passion lost in the relationship. And so now they're kind of looking to see what actually does make them feel passionate, or what matches their passion levels. So maybe you were too passionate and they weren't. So that again could be an issue. You know, it may not have been always that that, you know, there was no passion. It could be that, you know, you had way too much and they didn't have the same. And that might have been an imbalance. And they're looking to find out what gets them as passionate as that, you know. So we've got the World card here for you in the near past. So yeah, this definitely ties into that same kind of description of the past cards, because this is about you feeling like things have come to an end. Again, this is another Aquarius card. It's all about fixed signs, it's also ruled by Saturn. And we've got the water bearer right there, you can see. So yeah, so you've definitely come through in this reading. And the Emperor card popped up earlier as well, and I thought of Aquarius. It's right at the center of the reading. Yeah. So it's like the spirit sometimes just screams at me like, I'm here, I'm here. You know, like, I'm here, you know. Anyway. So this this card will suggest that, you know, you've come to the end of the road in some way. You feel that you're ready for a new beginning. You may feel very, very ready for a new beginning. Like you're ready for a new start. Like you can't go any further in this direction. You feel like you've come to the end of the road in this situation and you've pretty much had enough. And you're moving on. And it may be a very hard decision to make because it's a Saturn card. So again, there's this circular energy here. It's some sort of cycle. I don't know if you guys are kind of on and off. Or maybe it just means that, you know, you guys have kind of experienced a lot together. You may have had a very long relationship. And that's why there's so much cups there with the Eight of Cups. There was genuine love there. But maybe, you know, as relationships do, you know, they say relationships break up over sex and money, usually. You know, so if the sex is good, the relationship can last longer than maybe it would have. Or if the money is okay, again, that keeps people together. So I don't know if maybe passion was lost in the relationship for some reason, but that's absolutely normal. After you've been with someone for a long period of time, maybe it was a year here, a year or 3 years. It could have been up to 8 years with Eight of Cups, but I don't really feel it's longer than a year. Yeah, you may have felt really close to this person, and you may have gone through a lot of changes with this person as well. That you feel like you've come to the end of the road. You're kind of ready to kind of keep the wheel turning. You're ready for the next upswing. You know, you're like, okay, I've had the downswing. Okay, ready for the upswing now. That's what you're looking for. And this is clarified by the Hermit card and the Three of Coins with the Two of Swords as well. But we have got the Chariot underneath as well. So positive movement forward. Again, quite excited, quite determined about a new beginning. Having to make choices that are based on your kind of inner knowing, your emotions. You're really trying to find out the truth about something away from other people's opinions, the world's opinions, what you've been taught, all of those things. The Two of Swords is really coming like really within and finding out what your truth is. And also you're better at spotting lies as well, because you're kind of taking away all the fluff from everything and you're not seeing, you're just using your your mind and your emotions, and you're being quite tame. But anyway, so you're I think you're going within, especially with the Hermit card here, to really mature in some way and make maybe mature decisions. Again, just really going within and finding out what your calling is, what your path is here. It could be about a change of job as well. You could be picking up a new skill yourself in some way, or starting a new job, but learning to work with others. Could be project work as well, where maybe you're given projects and then, you know, you kind of get on with it, kind of like as an architect would. But there seems to be good money in it for you. I mean, with the Three of Coins, if there is something that you wanted to do, that it probably will be quite successful. But yeah, I think you are looking for that upswing. You are wanting to possibly work with others to reach that success. But ultimately, I feel like you're really kind of coming into your own with the Hermit card. Like you're figuring out what your skill set is, like what you can actually offer. And like with the Three of Coins, you're kind of making yourself valuable to other people so that they want to work with you. Hope that fits in somehow to your situation. But yeah, I think it is about valuing yourself, and also with the Wheel of Fortune, I think you are being reminded here that things do get better. Things don't always stay the same, and that, you know, the Three of Coins also to me talks about cycles. So it's letting you know that don't get caught up in what's going on around you. Like if things look kind of crazy around you, or things look like they're never going to get better, or like they look really terrible, just know that things will get better, and that really you can use this time, if you are on your own, if you find that your partner has left or you've left your partner or whatever, this time, you know, the Wheel of Fortune also reminds you that when you're low, you have to plan for the positive, you have to try and figure out how to get out of that low position. And when you're high, you should appreciate everything you're having, but also put a bit aside for the future, for a rainy day kind of thing. So the Wheel is just saying this is just a low point. If it is a low point, I'm kind of thinking that there is some sort of unhappiness here, and I don't know if it's to do with a third party or something, but yeah, there's definitely unhappiness and disappointment in the reading, and I think you're just being told just not to get too caught up in what's going on right now. That things will get better. It is talking about fixed signs as well, so I would say the next fixed sign to have itself, or have the sun within it, would be Leo. So it may be saying, especially with the 8 here as well, that maybe round about August, you know, or September even, you know, things will start to look a lot better. You know, fixed signs, they do square each other, but they also are kind of complementary too, because you're all fixed. So the energy is still something you can work with, but just like from a different angle. Yeah, so I would say remain hopeful. The Hermit card will suggest September, possibly around that time, especially with the Pentacles. Around about probably September, August. You will probably towards the end of August, things will probably get better, and you'll start to see a lot more of the upswing happening. So put in the work now, focus on yourself, do a lot of self-loving, self-understanding. Don't judge yourself and other people's opinions of you. Judge yourself simply on what you know to be true. Furthermore, don't judge yourself, but you know. Okay, so I've just taken 15 minutes to explain that. Apologies. But yeah, okay, so centrally we've got the Prince of Pentacles. clarified by the Six of Pentacles. So your partner is currently feeling, with the Prince of Pentacles and Six of Pentacles, that they're the Prince of Pentacles talks about long plans, future plans. So your partner could be thinking about long-term plans. Your partner probably isn't being very communicative to you or with you. Maybe not saying much, not moving, not budging, being quite stubborn. I think they have their own plan as to what they want to do. There may be an issue with money here as well. This person may feel like they can't really afford to have the relationship, or they've got plans with their money already, so they can't even afford to kind of meet the expectations that you may have for the relationship, like moving in together or regular holidays or children or buying a car or whatever you do as a couple. This person may feel like they can't really do that, or they're not in a position to be able to do that. And especially with you here as the Emperor, it could be you, Aquarius, that, you seem to maybe have a lot of power in the relationship. You maybe feel very powerful, very much in control. You may feel like that, if you are a woman, you may feel very masculine in the relationship. Maybe you pay a lot of the bills, things like that, or you are the one that does all the heavy lifting and driving. I don't know. But you definitely are fixed. Yes. So it looks like your fixed energy is definitely coming through in July. You're quite self-assured, very confident. You're not sweating anything. You're very chilled. You know exactly what you want. You know exactly who you are. And I don't think you're changing for anyone or anything. And maybe your partner is also stubborn as well. Your partner looks like they may be an earth sign, and they're not budging. They're only going to give as good as you give. They're not going, they may also feel that because you held so much power, that especially so much financial power maybe in the relationship, that they have to play these funny games, like to keep their own power, like to be stubborn, like at least that's exercising their own will in some way, and they're able to control the situation in some way, even if it is through not talking, or being stubborn. So it could be something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think there is a power struggle here to do with money, especially with the Six of Coins. Often talks about power struggles and someone having more power than the other. And this could go the other way as well. It could be that you feel like you are, autonomous over your life totally, and you make rules for your own life and you're completely in control of your own life. And maybe your partner's like, well, I know that you depend on me financially, so they may start playing little silly games with you, or start to use money as a bit of an object in arguments. So at the base of the deck, we have got, but you stand stronger anyway with the Emperor card. So at the base of the deck, we've got the Temperance card. This is how your partner is thinking. They're thinking about bringing harmony and balance to the relationship, but this is about self-fulfillment. They could be very much thinking about having their own sense of happiness, which would make sense because they have kind of decided to go on this Eight of Cups journey where they want to figure out what it is that they really love, and what it is that really makes them happy, and what they really want in a relationship. And I think that's what they want to do. And with the Temperance card here, it would suggest that they really are trying to find their own inner equilibrium, like within themselves. They want to make themselves feel happy. They have like some sort of like goal, agenda. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, they want what they want. Sorry, this Temperance card has just got me. Apologies, Aquarius. Um, yeah, it's just I just find it interesting. But I just look. I haven't used this cards for a long time, and I'm a bit rusty. But yeah, this person is thinking very much like they just want this kind of equilibrium in their life. They want to be able to marry two worlds together. They want to be able to make something work. They want their cake and eat it, maybe, as well. And you have got here Three of Cups. So it could be that, you know, you're feeling like, you know, three's a crowd. Maybe this person is seeing other people, you know. Maybe that's what you're thinking in your mind. There's others, you know, you may be feeling a little bit suspicious, that there's other people there that are involved. And I think this person does, I just get the feeling with the Temperance card, this person does want to kind of merge two worlds. They do want to kind of have both. So, yeah, which would make sense really with the Eight of Cups. They don't really want to leave, but they don't want to stay either. And but their own happiness is really what they want. They really want their own happiness. They want to feel maybe independent as well. They want to feel like they're able to manage their own happiness. You know, the Nine of Cups there. The Three of Cups here would suggest that you are thinking possibly yourself about you may want to reconnect with this person. You may be missing this person. This person could have been a really good friend to you. Um, Again, you could have felt very passionate about them, and maybe you spent so much time together that you have got lots of mutual friends and you did have a lot of fun together. Um, so you may want to reconnect with this person. That's what you may be thinking at the moment. So their current position in terms of what they want for the future is patience. So this is what they want for the future. This is what they're going to be working towards. This is going to be their focus. So their focus is the Hanged Man. So they really want to take some time out on their own, which would really tie into the Hermit card. They really want to be on their own. They want to kind of figure things out. They want to gain new perspective. They need space. They need to clear their mind. They need to get rid of all the junk. And that's another clear message that has come through a few times in the reading, where there's this junk, there's this overthinking, people interfering, other people's thoughts, expectations or something. And this person here wants to figure out what they think. So I don't think this person is actually seeing other people at all. So if that's what you're thinking, I don't think that's the case. I think that they just really want to be on their own. So if you're not speaking to them or whatever, they just really want to be on their own so they can actually get their head around the decision that they've made and figure out exactly how they're going to move forward from here. They really do feel like there's nothing else they can really do. They may feel like their hands are tied. Literally, they can't do anything now. All they can do is kind of sit in their decision and think about it and come to terms with it and hopefully figure out a way forward. But yeah, love is what they're after. You know, we've seen that here with the Eight of Cups. They're after this Ninth Cup. Their intentions is to actually fall in love. They do really, really want to be in love by the looks of it. So they're very much still in their emotions, I think. This is still quite maybe a painful process for both of you, or an emotional process for both of you. So I've got itchy nose. Sorry. Okay, so we've got the Five of Cups for how you intend to go forward. So you intend to, you know, maybe lick your wounds a little bit, kind of mourn. You want to mourn the loss. You don't want to think about any other partners or anyone in the future. Like, you don't want to think about that right now. All you want to do is cry, basically, and get it all out of your system, and maybe spend a few days just kind of mourning the loss. That's what it looks like here. Okay, so the Ten of Pentacles is the near future outcome, which is clarified by the Judgment card. So a major kind of progressing in the near future for how your partner is going to feel. With the Ten of Pentacles, it does talk about loyalty. It talks about generational wealth and security, partnerships, families merging together. And then we've got the Judgment card, which clarifies it. So it could be that this person, after doing some soul searching, actually comes to the conclusion that they do recognize that a lot has been invested in the relationship so far. The World card does suggest that it may have been fairly long term. So yeah, I feel this person is feeling very loyal towards you. And I think this soul searching that they've done has really made them realize it. Like I've said, that it's like everything's come out in the open, like everything's become clear to them. They may have had a revelation, and usually, you know, with the Hanged Man, you would have a revelation, like when you're on your own all the time and you're thinking and pondering and considering and looking at different perspectives and really trying to meditate, I guess, on it. You know, then this happens, you have a revelation, and you know, you feel brand new again. So I think that's what the Will card is saying to you. I think it's saying to you that even though this is all bad right now, it's actually not that bad. It can actually get better, and there's a lot of luck around you, and it looks like you're being advised to take the time yourself to figure out where you're going, to, you know, to find out what is your really guiding light, like what's your shining light. And also the Hermit card reminds you not to listen to other people. Like, you have to listen to yourself. You can't listen to the world. You can't think about what's fashionable. Just because Jimmy Choo's are fashionable this week doesn't mean that they're the best shoe, kind of thing. It's like a pair of Clarks probably will do it, and they probably will last longer. So it's kind of like that kind of thing where you're being realistic. Obviously, the Hermit card is a lot more deeper than that, but that's basically the kind of energy of it. Is like, you need to not listen to others. You need to know, or you need to see reality for what it is, and not what and not do. Sorry, I just got a message. So that was YouTube. Can you do my sign for my birthday? Okay, I guess I'm doing Cancer next. But yeah, definitely this is about you finding your kind of inner truth. Again, this is about meditation and compromising. You may need to learn to work with others, especially around money. Maybe learning how to make the money work better in your relationship. Maybe if you are the breadwinner, maybe the way the bills are split makes your partner feel inadequate or emasculated, or maybe it makes your partner feel like she hasn't earned anything and feels a little bit, you know. So, or maybe she may feel like she doesn't want to have to ask you for money. She wants you just to kind of maybe have a joint account or something. I don't know. But you may need to think about what that other person wants and try to figure that out and maybe come to some sort of compromise. And the Two of Swords also talks about compromise, and the Chariot card also talks about compromise to an extent, you know, making two opposites work together and going forward. And again, this is about choices, but um, it is about choices, but it's more so um, about listening to your own inner truth again. There's a lot of energy here about your own inner truth, you know, thinking about what is true to you. And also what the truth actually is. Not even just the truth to you, but like what the truth actually is. You know, the hangman is about perspective, like get a clear perspective. Your partner's trying to get a clear perspective. Like the hermit card again is about perspective, but more in a grounded way, like what's real, what's not real. Like don't let the Maya, is that what they say? Don't let the Maya distract you. Or don't be fooled by the Maya. I don't know if you heard that saying before. I think it's like a Hindu term, Maya, I think. Or Vedic. From Vedic astrology I got that, I can't remember. But it's definitely from those kind of, that part of the world. And the Two of Swords, yeah. The Two of Swords can talk about when like your own emotions make you believe a truth that isn't actually true sometimes. Or being swayed by opinion, being swayed by people's emotions, and like you having to kind of stop and say, no, I'm going to just put my swords up and just use my head about this. I'm not going to keep looking and seeing that you look so sad and destitute when I know deep down that actually, when I think about it, you put yourself in that position and I've helped you 10 times before. You didn't, you know, not getting all emotionally. And that's why there's so much water, I think, behind her and stuff. It's like her trying to actually find us, see reality for what it is. You know, without her eyes, without anything. So I hope that was helpful. I'm going to pull a few more cards for you for the Mirror Love Oracle. So we've got gifts as Spirit's message for you. It's for Aquarius, July 2018. Aquarius, July 2018. Okay, so we've got work. So yeah, maybe work is an issue for you at the moment, or money. Seems to be the obstacle. Are you like a workaholic? With the Emperor card there. Your partner could be pulling back because they're thinking if they pull back, they'll get your attention as well. That could be the Six of Coins as well, where they're like, okay, well, if I pull back here, they're going to come forward in this way. It's that kind of pull-push energy with the Six of Coins. So that could be happening here. Maybe they feel like you're so focused on work, or maybe they're so focused on work that it's causing a problem in the relationship. Maybe we've got long distance. So yeah, this is what brings you together. I don't know. Sometimes Spirit doesn't speak very clearly, but I think that basically, although they always deliver the right message, it's probably me not able to interpret it. Long distance. So yeah, what brings you together is the fact that you're far away. So maybe distance is making the heart grow fonder at the moment. You're thinking about freedom. So being an Aquarius, you would probably be thinking about freedom anyway. Like you like to be able to do what you want. You don't feel like you need to really, like you feel like your individuality is your individuality and you're going to express yourself however you see fit. So, you know, maybe your work gives you a certain amount of freedom, you know, because you can, it's like your thing. You know, you could be the boss in your company and you could be directing a whole department and making magic happen, you know, and it makes you feel free. You see them as being in a triangle. So yeah, you're suspicious. You think that they're seeing other people. It could be that they're at work a lot and you think they're really seeing other people. Or it could be that you just think, you know, because you're at work a lot and you're not at home that often, that they're seeing other people. They're learning about open relationships. So yeah, they are maybe learning to share you with work. And they could also be learning about, yeah, possibly having a more open relationship. Maybe it is you who wants the freedom. Maybe you do want this full autonomy over your life. You want to do what you want, and not have to answer to anyone, maybe, like the Emperor card. And you're quite fixed in that. But that actually creates an attraction between you two, though. Your individuality, maybe, and then their earthiness, which is quite predictable. Maybe you're kind of, it's like opposites attract kind of energy. But they're learning about open relationships. So they could be looking. We do have this guy looking. They're still holding hands, but he's looking. He's looking to see what else is out there. So yeah, that would probably represent the Eight of Cups. And then we've got, they see you as their destiny. So then we've got Dark Male at the base of the deck. So I didn't finish reading the other part of the reading, did I? Yeah, so I'll just finish what I was saying. So with the Dark Male, it could be that this person's, a dark male, very attractive, but to me, this really talks about someone being flirtatious, putting themselves out there. This very much speaks to me towards the Emperor, someone who looks good, feels good, and, looks good. And he lets everyone know it. And he's very confident about it, very happy. Then we've got money straight underneath that. And then we've got mature man. Okay, so someone is probably like the breadwinner here. And this other person maybe just was a bit stifled, or someone feels stifled and they want to kind of break free, get out there, and they're feeling good about themselves, and they may feel underappreciated. The Six of Coins can also talk about someone who feels underappreciated, someone who doesn't feel valued, who doesn't feel like you're not being paid the right wage. The Six of Coins reverse, that could be that, you don't feel like you're really appreciated, you're not getting what you're giving. And I feel this person feels that way. They may feel underappreciated. Yep. And Spirit is saying gifts, gifts, gifts. I don't know, maybe you could be using gifts, giving in the wrong way. This person still doesn't feel appreciated. Or it could be that you need to buy some gifts for your partner. If you are the breadwinner, if this person isn't able to financially support themselves for whatever reason, maybe they're studying or whatever. Or whatever it is, the situation is, it looks like giving a gift or understanding that person's gifts, what they bring. Again, this is about valuing someone. Give a gift that know they're valued. Get them the gift that that they're actually going to like, not just a gift, but understand them, let them feel valued. And even if it's not through giving a gift, it may just be through just letting them know somehow that you do see them as a gift. And then maybe they see all your freedom loving, all your freedom, loving out there. They may see that as you don't appreciate them, you don't care about them, you can live without them, they don't matter, they're not important. And maybe they really are important to you, and they really want love. They're really trying to figure out what is love anyway. With the Hanged Man and this card, it's like they could be thinking what is love? What does love even mean to me? I thought I was in love. I had the Eight of Cups. I was so happy. What is love then? I thought I had everything. Now they're on this search for the Nine of Cups, and I don't think they really want to leave, to be honest. I don't think they want to leave. They're represented here by the Prince of Coins. I don't think they really want to go, but I feel like they may feel like there's no other way, this is just not making sense. I need time to myself. I need to think. I need to figure out what my next step is. And so now they are considering an open relationship. Now they are looking elsewhere and thinking, oh, maybe I do need to kind of see what else is out there. But it looks like, as I said, with the Ten of Pentacles and the Judgment card, that they kind of come to a revelation maybe that they have invested a lot in the relationship with you. And they may want to continue that and kind of develop that. They realize that maybe love isn't all about, being in love and being passionate and someone always answering every call and always making plans with them and always kind of being at home with them, spending all their last moments together. They could be realizing that actually, long-term relationships, money is important. and your work is important, and that maybe your work actually is securing their future, whilst also satisfying your sense of freedom, or your want of that freedom feeling. So but you could also be learning that freedom, especially with it being what you're learning, it could be that you could be realizing that freedom isn't all it's cracked up to be if it means you can't be with the person that you love, you know. So yeah. But they do to come to realization, but I don't think they say anything to you, because we've got the Three of Swords here, in terms of how you'll be feeling in the future. Sorry to just smack that. You know, it's not a very nice card, is it? But this also always reminds me to put yourself first as well, because we've got that main sword right at the big front, which is like a bit more, got more ornaments and ornaments. It's more got more decoration on the front of it, with that big cross being there. And often in many decks, this sword is like highlighted, and I just feel like it's just saying that, yeah, you might find out that your partner has seen other people, or is looking at other people, or is talking to other people, and that's the betrayal here. But you know, you're actually number one. Yeah. Um, these people come after. You don't have to make them so important. Um, and that after it all, you still have yourself. You know, after all the heartbreak and all the loss, you still have yourself. You know, you still have life. You know, that's how I feel about this card. Um, actually, a card to let you know that, and I think to let you know that, you know, you are self-love, you know, can sometimes be even more, or probably every time be more beneficial to you than anyone else's love. And that's the kind of lesson that I think you are learning as well, especially with the Hermit card, you know. But yeah, it looks like towards the end of the month, even though this person may be thinking a lot about loyalty, they're not really acting on it. They're not really coming to you and saying to you anything. And they're kind of still going through this quiet period of hermit mode and the hanged man mode, where they're trying to figure out what love really is. But I think they do actually realize that love, as I said, is more about someone calling you 10 times a day, and sometimes it's more about someone actually going to work and securing your future. Compatibility, you know, do your families, you know, are your families compatible, things like that. I think this person's realizing that that's actually what's important. That's actually what brings longevity, which is what they really want, I think. So whereas they're looking for love and this, like I said, this thrill, this feeling of love, they realize that actually true love is very practical, very grounded. So I'm going to pull one card for you, Aquarius, for the month of July. Aquarius, July 2018. Okay. Okay, so we've got exchanging gifts. It's another gift card. So I think, yeah, Spirit is trying to tell you that gift giving is really important, but we can see here that we've got a ballerina giving, I think, some glitter to the cat, and the cat is giving her like a rose petal. Neither of which hold any value. It's more sentimental, and what can a cat do for a ballerina anyway? It's that kind of having to just appreciate each other for what you are, even if you don't, you know, even if this cat can't pick her up and spin her around and give her everything that she wants as a ballerina, and even if, you know, she can't roll around and play with this cat, or get involved in cat activity, you know, they still can offer each other something, which is care, attention. You know, they've got their full attention on each other, regardless. They're there for each other. And it's about appreciating what each other can bring, rather than looking at what's not being given, I think. It's also a 9 card. We have another 9 here as well, and the Hermit card is a 9. So I would say again, this is, and especially with the, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune and the world card, that this is a major turning point, I think, in your relationship. And hopefully when we see August, like I said, August, September, we won't be seeing the Three of Swords anymore. Hopefully we'll be seeing more of the Ten of Coins for you guys, if you do decide there's something you want to be in, you know, and things will get better, hopefully. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. I really enjoyed reading it for you. It's very interesting, Aquarius. Have a really lovely July. And yeah, if you'd like your own reading, please do send me an email at symbolsforliving@gmail.com. My name's Amber. And please do like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Okay, thanks. Bye.